Hi, Leo. Welcome into your weekly read for the week of August 7th to the 13th, 2023. I hope you're doing well. As you can see, I'm thoroughly cleansing and saging the energy here. Given I chose this to begin your reading specifically, I really feel like there's a situation, if not multiple, that you're wrapped up with throughout the week that needs to be cleansed in energy but may not be possible. Say, for example, you're at work and that energy in the situation's energy is just rough. Okay, it's affecting you, or it just is affecting the place in general. If it's at home and it's doable, make sure you're cleansing the energy of yourself, that situation that's coming through for a reason. But we're going to begin and pull from, I think it's the Elemental Oracle, and then we'll see which tarot deck I feel like using to do some shuffling for Leo for the upcoming week. For this upcoming week. Okay. Floating out. Life. Breath. All right. So I'm sensing this is a week where there's a bit of life coming back to you. If you were feeling very depleted, if you were feeling a lack of, energy, motivation, that spark that you normally have or occasionally have, lacking passion for even what you're normally passionate about, or it could be something that you're not passionate about, right? Say it's just a job you work to make money. There's life coming back to you, that passion, that spark coming back. But I do, at least for the most part, but I feel like you can do no wrong is what I'm hearing. You taking a step back at times or being pushed to think about, reflect upon your individual life, your path. Your heart health is of true importance this week. But your loyal, if I could say it, your loyal Leo heart is definitely part of your week, being highlighted in the eyes, the awareness of others, potentially you as well. Let's pull one or two more. The life you bring to a situation when you're doing well is absolutely a part of your week. And I feel like you're somebody, at least to an extent like myself, where if you're in a mood, because nobody's perfect, everybody's human here. We affect that situation quite dramatically in the negative direction. And so think about when you're doing well, when you're thriving, when you're succeeding, or even just more peaceful, right? More grounded if you're healing. You're affecting that situation or those situations very, very positively. And the people wrapped up in it all the meanwhile. The way something is run is not what I'm getting. I totally get it. The endurance card, rock. So I feel like you're a rock of a situation. You're very grounded, staying firm in what you want, the way you do things. I feel like there's growth throughout the week in the midst of all this grounded energy. The moments when you don't feel grounded, replant your feet, reground yourself, do what you know you need to do individually. You know yourself best. But your connection to nature and the night sky being a part of your week. And I really feel like the stars are aligning for you, Leo, and that's something that this week will remind you of. The number 2, as I'm being pushed to add up at the top of the card, the 2 and the 0. The number 2, look up the spiritual meaning. But there's a lot in your past that feels very faded in your memory. Don't be surprised if this week, as I'm being drawn to the sort of fuzzy background imagery, don't be surprised if this week shows you evidence of what you truly want, but also a bit of clarity for the better or for the worse about your past. Anyways, or something you knew and then now don't see fully or forgot. The sun and light card, what you remember and what you don't, even in the moment throughout the week, certain moments, certain days, but also going back to your past, that's very much purposeful, but try not to guess. Interesting if that's applied to your situation. Sun being the Leo energy. I mean, I'm a Leo sun if you're new to the channel. You being bright as the sun and doing what you have to do. Your happiness coming into play. Your passion coming into play. Completion from time to winding back, that whether it was feeling partially or at all in your control, you're remembering this week or seeing clearly for the first time that was the right choice, even if it was more so in the universe's spirit's choice. But if it was yours, you made the right choice. Things are working out for you throughout the week, at least for the most part. There's a depth to what you're wrapped up with, to what you want. There's a depth to your reflection when it comes to you as an individual, if I didn't say that already. The depth of certain conversations will be quite enlightening, interesting, but I feel like there's going to be one, if not multiple conversations where you're asking yourself or just having a moment where it's like, is this going anywhere? Should I step away? Should I wrap up this conversation with a bow? But let's pull from the Guilds of Tarot to continue for my lovely Leos. 532. The Three of Pentacles coming out because I do feel as if there's presentation taking place, attracting in a lot. There's a sense of you being quite showy at certain points and not so much at other points. You doing what you do and doing it well. People seeing you as somebody who's imperfectly perfect, reminding people to be true to them, even if they're still figuring it out. Be true to the process, the transformation, all the meanwhile. But there's a feeling of you getting control from this, being in the driver's seat, ready to cut this and that out, ready to eliminate certain factors, and even, I want to say, people from your day-to-day life, certain moments. Reminds me of what we were just talking about, stepping away from a conversation, wrapping it up. But also thinking about this kind of in a Queen of Swords vibe, in a larger sense, having the ability to, potentially planning to, working towards, or thinking about cutting out something like a situation, a job, a living situation, a relationship, you name it, when the time is right. Needing to remind yourself that you're one intuitive individual and you can do no wrong once again, and what you feel is the truth, period. Especially throughout this week, it's going to be heightened. You know, I know, so let's move on. I don't know why that's coming out. I feel like someone doesn't know how to simplify things. This could be at work, it could be somebody else in your life. I just feel like your ability to at times be in depth with things, but at certain other moments, strategically, intuitively, to simplify is one of your strengths, your strong suits. So just, if I put that correctly, just allow for yourself to remember that you are in the right, you're doing things right throughout the week. That's a multitude of messages that came out if you were to break that down. The Death card. All right, so I really feel like your endurance is leading you towards an ending. Even, you know, obviously, stemming from an ending. You could be quite depleted and grounded throughout the week, wouldn't be surprised. But I really do feel like endings, new beginnings coming to mind, or potentially, you know, coming to be throughout the week for some. But what do we need to adjust habit-wise? That's also part of your week. Not sure that any progress will come to be from that, or for that. Very interesting. The way you connect with people, even in a very fleeting moment kind of way, this is very efficient and beneficial. Also here for Leo. I'm hearing from quiet to loud to in between, from light to dark to in between. Very interesting. The way you dress is speaking wonders. Now, if you have to wear a uniform for work or you wear the same thing for the most part, you know, daily, that's not what we're talking about. When you are choosing to wear something specifically to bed, out and about, what you choose not to do when it comes to that, and when it comes to things that you need to accomplish. It's all saying a lot about what you're going through, transformation-wise, what you need to accomplish healing-wise, or where you're at mentally. This week will entail certain slip-ups, difficulties, but nothing you can't overcome or just let go of, right? If you stumble when you're speaking, stutter even, like I do quite often. It reminds me of me taking tables at my serving job and I can barely speak. It's like I could get frustrated, right? But is that going to do me any good with them tipping me, with the experience that they're having, with me wrapping up that table in a very positive way? No. So what do? I laugh it off. I potentially make a joke about it, or I simply move on with confidence. But I feel like there is a highlighting of the lack of patience you do have at times. Now, in certain ways, I feel like you're commended, or just, even if that's just by spirit or yourself, for having patience, for dealing with, coping with a lot, overcoming a lot. But I'm getting with the Sun card because I do at times with the Sun card of the tarot deck talk about completion. You having a little bit of lack of patience or full lack of patience when it comes to wanting to move towards a completion, a new beginning, more happiness, more passion. But at times, I feel like, say, someone's walking in front of you, someone's taking forever to give you an answer or to help you, or it could be traffic, driving, waiting for transportation otherwise, or waiting on people. It's like, got things to do, let's go, no patience here. If you are waiting on somebody to give you something or to help you, it's like, okay, prioritize. What can we get done next, right? You may find it's a week of multitasking all the meanwhile. But I also sense, before we wrap this up, it's a week where you are truly manifesting, my friend, in a very magical way. No surprise there. But it's a week where you're going to be manifesting things quite instantaneously. And there also might be a manifestation surpassing this week for some, or coming to be throughout this week, where it's been in the works. Sometimes manifestation takes a hot second or just a long while, but you're going to be impressively, even if people don't notice it, even if it doesn't come up in conversation or you don't give yourself enough credit, there's going to be manifestation in small ways. And I want to say one large way. And so think about that in terms of successfully manifesting what you desire, moving forward in general. All right. The ability to just make it come to be in your external reality, learning more about your ability to do so, but learning more about yourself, potentially about a situation, and about what lies ahead. All right. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your week, Leo, and I'll see you next time.